It's coffee break. We've got another fun episode this week.
A bunch of stuff to talk about, actually.
Some weird things. Star Wars is the big one, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kick it off. The Academy Award.
Yeah, this. Ugh. I love that people are talking about it. They announced that now, if they're going to vote for the nominees,
Yes.
they have to actually watch all of them.
Yep. Can't pick and choose which ones you like anymore.
And us film nerds, we've known this has been how it works for quite a long while.
Yep.
But I love seeing, like, the general public being like, that's bull.
Yeah, that's been going on.
Like for all these years, and you were just watching, what, your friends' movies because you liked the vibes and ignored the others?
Yep. It's always been about favoritism and basically patting your own buddy on the back and being like, wow, you did so good. I said this last time. A lot of the Academy Award winning films of the year don't make nearly as much money as a summer tentpole.
And they're usually not nearly as memorable. Like, I guarantee you, just pick any movie, like especially like a 80s or 90s that's like a fan favorite, cult classic. Look up the year it came out. It wouldn't be the winner. The winner of the award, the like best picture of the year, would be some random thing no one's ever heard of.
Did the original Lion King win it? No.
No.
Animation wasn't even...
An animated movie winning anything? Good luck.
Yeah, but we all know that is arguably the best movie made in 100 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a big one. You could argue that, but within that decade of the 90s, yeah, it sits very firm and strong. And with animated movies also, but it did not win the Academy Award.
Nope.
So maybe this will help balance the scales a little and try and add some diversity to the voters.
Also, maybe so then now we all know why only one movie ever wins every time.
Yeah, right? It's just the one they all want to fixate on.
And Roma wins again. This movie no one's heard of.
Roma pissed me off. How can it be the best foreign film and best film of the year?
I know. That's what made me
I feel like
lose
they
complete
cross
faith.
boundaries. Yeah, it's like Godzilla -1 is good. Mm-hmm. Or I would assume so. I haven't seen it yet, but a lot of people have spoken about it. And that's fine for it to win its like best visual effects, but it could never win best of the year. I just feel like that's a boundary being crossed, you know? It's
also, what was that one, I think it was not last year but the year before maybe, about the like murder with a dog in like Sweden or something.
The Fall?
Yeah, that one won so many awards. And it's like, what is
Anatomy
this?
of a Fall.
Anatomy of a Fall. And it's like, I don't know what this is. Why does this one keep winning?
Well, some cool movie got announced. Animal Farm, the beloved book that I pretended to read in high school. Do I remember anything about well, I remember there was animals that talked and they lived on a farm and they're worried about being slaughtered.
Well, kinda.
And that's when we learned about what glue was made out of.
Yes, they do sell the horse to make money. The pigs do that. Animal Farm, it's a commentary, I'm pretty sure, on the USSR.
It's about Marxism.
Yeah, I think. It's been a long time. The animals, like, revolt, and they take over the farm. And they have, like, a set of laws that they abide by. And the first one is, all animals are created equal.
Okay.
But then the pigs kind of start taking over. And they start walking on their two legs. Even though walking on two legs were supposed to be against their laws. Because that's what man does, and man's the enemy.
Got it.
And then they sell off the horse so they can get, like, alcohol and stuff. And then at the end, they changed the first law to be... all animals are created equal, but some are more equal than others. And then the animals had to revolt again against the pigs. And it's not a happy ending. It's very much like a cynical, like, this will always be the ultimate end. Like just because you get one position of power out, the next one will be there to take over, and they'll just be the same thing of greed circling back around with each other. Once they have a position of power, they won't let it go. It was a lot.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
It's confusing because this film, directed by Andy Serkis, he's also going to be in it, has a very, like, comedy-forward cast.
Yes. We got Seth Rogen, Steve Buscemi, Glenn Close, and Woody Harrelson.
Kieran Culkin.
Kieran
I
Culkin.
think he's gonna be a pig, if the name Squealer means anything.
Yeah. And like I said, that's just a few of them. The cast keeps going. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is going to be shown off at Sundance.
Yeah.
So this is going to be an art piece.
I'm excited.
It's been a long time since they've tried to adapt this book.
The last adaptation was an old animated thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's been the only time they ever adapted Animal Farm. It's not a fun romp.
Yeah. Well, I was very surprised to see it show up at this time. Mm-hmm. You know, they're all Disney doing their live action remakes, and it's not going well. Mm-hmm. But then you go to like these classics, and it's like, why don't you just retell these really old stories? You know.
I saw the picture first, and I glanced at it, and I was like, "Oh, are they remaking Babe?" And then I read the title. I was like, "No, that's not Babe."
Well, this wouldn't be Andy Serkis's first time adapting a classic book like this and using animation. He did Jungle Book.
Yeah.
His work with Peter Jackson on the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yes.
Because we can include The Hobbit. They learned a lot about mocap. Mm-hmm. And Andy Serkis really pushed that technology forward, especially in the film industry.
And he's been busy lately. He's got a lot of projects.
I've seen he's played a lot of different like characters where they don't speak, but he's the mocap for that character.
Yep.
And he became a director, and this is kind of his spot. Mm-hmm. You know, I would expect his next movie, which is Lord of the Rings: The Search for Gollum,
yes,
to take a very similar interest in animation. Mm-hmm. And I bet there is some mocap and voice work.
And yeah, for this one, this Animal Farm one, I'm hoping it's like, because it's Seth Rogen specifically. I'm like, Seth does a lot of comedy forward things. He's been in serious stuff.
He's got a serious show going on right now. It's called The Series.
Oh, really?
And people are clamoring over his performance. Apparently it's very serious and dramatic, and he's nailing all those spots.
I'm excited to see not only Seth, but like all these actors who are very good get to do like a real drama piece. That'll be exciting.
Yeah, see how it comes to life. Mm-hmm. Nice. We got a few trailers this week, and the last one is the only one we should be talking about. But first, Predator Badlands. We just got Predator to Killer of Killers.
Yeah, the animated
anthology,
yes,
which will follow 3 different stories. This one looks like a sci-fi futuristic Predator, unlike Prey, even though it's the same director. Mm-hmm. But we're now on an alien world fighting other monsters. This reminds me of Predators.
Yeah.
So the Predator movies are notoriously poorly named.
Yes. Oh my god.
The only one you can really point out is Prey.
Yes. Like even Predator and Predator 2 doesn't necessarily.
But then the third one is called Predators.
Yes.
Because they tried to do the aliens thing. Mm-hmm. And then the next one's called The Predator.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's Suicide Squad and The Suicide Squad. They get weird, but Predator starred Adrian Brody.
Wow, really?
I think it was directed by the guy who did Spy Kids.
Oh, he's got a very specific style.
And basically they were picking up warriors from different planets and putting them on this planet so that the Predators can have these games. I don't remember the name of the species they are.
I don't either.
But yeah, basically Adrian Brody's with a bunch of other, like, ripped guys, and they're running around with guns trying to kill these things.
Adrian Brody's like 12 feet tall, and you get all the other biggest guys you can, and they're still like only up to his like shoulder.
Well, the thing why I bring up Adrian Brody, he usually does big art pieces that show up in like Academy Awards. Mm-hmm. You know, he just did the new one. What is it called? It's like The Brutalist.
Oh yeah.
And they're usually stories about the trials and tribulations of being Jewish in the last century, right? The Pianist. He starred in that one. That was his big one. Wasn't he? It's just weird to see him on an alien planet holding an assault rifle, shooting a predator in the face. It's just weird. You're like,
I mean, so you gotta do the fun, weird one every now and then.
Yeah, I guess so.
This one looks like we might be rooting for the Predator.
Yep, there's a female one.
Yes.
If they have genders.
They could be like
I can't assume.
They could be like Namekians, where they're like plants, where they're kind of gender fluid, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, they understand pregnancy. In Predator 2, they didn't kill the female cop because they realized she was pregnant, and so they let her live. Because you don't kill a doe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you want to keep playing with your game, you can't kill the offspring or the mothers of the offspring, because then there wouldn't be anything else to kill.
Exactly.
So it's just the circle of life. Number 2, the second trailer, was Wednesday.
Yeah, finally.
So you watched this one because you were more anxious for it than me.
I'm excited. I'm interested.
Yeah.
That one guy, not a hint of him, obviously. We did see the other one, who we just saw as Muse in Daredevil. He's a good actor. He has one face. He has his crazy face.
Well, he's a white kid, so we just say that's his face.
He's nailing it. It looked like Wednesday. Pugsley's gonna be in it.
Yay!
It looked like he was doing like a little lightning bolt, so I guess he has powers now or something.
Who's the crazy one that's coming into this?
That does not narrow. Steve Buscemi?
He's the new, like, principal of Hogwarts or whatever.
Yeah.
No, there was another family member who's joining this time.
Oh, Grandma?
Is it? Or was it Thing? No, Thing's been there.
Thing's been there. Cousin It?
Cousin It.
It might be Cousin It. I don't remember seeing Cousin It, but I might have just, like, taken it on face value, because...
Well, they would want to hide it.
Maybe.
No pun intended.
We do see an older woman, and they're, like, talking about, like they're, like, the ancestry or whatever, and there's, like, a gravestone that has Adams, but the, like, first name's cut off, and then we see an older woman, and I'm like, I guess that could be Grandma, maybe.
That's her name, maybe?
No. like, perhaps. that might be.
They've named characters maybe before, okay?
I don't think Grandma had a name. I don't remember.
Oh, nice. And it's going to be released in 2 different parts.
Yes.
And I think that's a dumb idea.
It's...
Especially coming from Netflix. Somebody last week was in the comments talking to me about Jojo Rabbit. Or...
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yes.
So, similar.
Very similar source materials. One's funnier than the other.
Anyway, what about it?
Yeah, about how they're releasing it, that season, a particular season of the show in different parts, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, that is weird coming from Netflix when they're the ones who kind of created the binge.
Well, there's also the new issue of when you drop the whole season all at once, it gets popular, but then you watch all of it and then it's done. Yep. And so it's not like generating buzz for as long. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that matters ratings-wise or if that is even a thing anymore.
That's okay. Sure, we could take that into effect. But now, where they're releasing these 2 parts, we've got the first part coming out this August 6th, and then you pretty much have to wait a whole month for part 2.
Yeah, I wonder how many people are just going to wait for part 2 to drop.
I don't think they understand the magic of the first season.
Yeah.
I only mean by when that first season dropped, which was like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It was Thanksgiving many years ago when the economy was much nicer. And we had nothing to do because we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we just binged the whole thing in one day.
We already put up all the Christmas lights and everything. Yeah. We were ready to go for December, and it was like, cool. Well, we just watched the whole show. We just watched all 10 episodes, 10 hours worth.
Yeah. So if this one's in 2 parts, if it's 10 episodes again, I imagine part 1 will be 5 episodes, part 2 will be 5 episodes. Which is, I mean, fine. We'll see. I think it's either one of 2 things. It's either an attempt to try to keep it relevant longer, or they're rushing the production and they need that month to, like, finish CGI or whatever.
Then why not just wait till the holidays and drop it right there?
Because it's already been so long. It's already waning out of relevancy.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the arbitrary dance episode so Wednesday can dance again, because that got all popular, and maybe they'll actually get the Lady Gaga song this time. It's a good song, but...
What was it? Did I ever mention that Warner Brothers announced Beetlejuice?
Oh, did they really?
Yes.
I have little
That might have
interest.
slipped through the cracks, but I was just like, Beetlejuice came and went. Like, you got a nice box office receipt from it.
Yeah, but no one talked about it.
No one cared.
And no one wanted it.
I'm gonna be honest. Weird people like that one.
And let's be honest. The people who like Beetlejuice are only going to be like mildly amused with Beetlejuice. Like the sequel, it's not going to do anything that the first one it doesn't already do infinitely better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. Moving on. In the most anticipated series finale last season,
Yup.
Blood of Zeus. We've given it so much praise. That first season came out when there was a lockdown.
Yes. 2019.
And the second season is, well, you put it in your top 10 list.
Yeah, it was my #1 worst show last year. It's so... I forgot exactly how bad... Like, I knew how bad it was, and it made me angry. And I was going back and I was capturing footage, and it was just the stiffness, the ugliness of the characters, it's garbage
the
animation.
Story that's going nowhere.
So often, there wouldn't be, like, a run... Like, you would just see, like them from their head up, like, their neck up, and then it'd be like bobbing up and down because that would be their running rather than animating like a body moving. It's just a PNG sliding back and forth.
It looked terrible. The story was terrible. So with this third trailer, if you're really curious about what happens in the third season, I'm pretty sure the trailer literally tells you everything.
I think so.
Because at one point Hades died, and I was like, "Oh, I guess we're killing Hades."
And then I don't remember his name. Like our main character.
Yeah.
He like gets Zeus powers.
Yeah, and he's fighting Kronos.
Oh, I guess he becomes Zeus.
Yeah. He just fights Grandpappy, and that's the end of the story. What a great trailer to show off all your key moments. And the entire point of the season is to undo what they did in the second season, which the second season undid everything in the first season. You guys need to figure out how to tell stories.
Just zero faith that this is going to have... Like, that trailer reeked of, watch it, please.
Yeah.
We don't think you will, though.
We will. We will. Yes.
I'm going to be there.
It's going to be our favorite show of the year. In one of those categories. Michael Bay is coming back. I wished it into the universe many moons ago. Because remember, Michael Bay is one of the most successful directors in Hollywood. In fact, he is number 4 for the most financially successful director of all time in Hollywood.
Yep, that's the secret.
Number 1, Spielberg.
Scantily clad girls and explosions. That's all you need.
And cars.
And cars. And if your car talks... Wow.
Well, we're not going to get away from the cars thing. I can't remember which one was 2 or 3, but it was James Cameron, which he might have been 2, to be honest. Avatar should have put him.
Point,
yeah.
yeah.
And then number 3 was the Russo brothers because of Endgame.
Makes sense.
And then, yes, Michael Bay for Transformers.
What's he doing now?
He's coming back. Sega wants to do another live-action video game adaptation. But this time, they want to do a 80s arcade cabinet game.
Okay.
It is known as Outrun.
What's that?
It's just a driving game. It's just an old arcade driving game. There's no story to it, so they can do whatever they want with it. And this sounds like the perfect storm to get Michael Bay to do more driving car stuff.
Yeah, it sure does.
And just get weird with it.
There's so many cool video games that should get adaptations, and we're gonna go with a stupid driving game. Not even a cool one. Not even like F-Zero, which I know Nintendo would not get Michael Bay to direct an F-Zero movie, but come on.
He might be the guy to get to do that. That's how cheesy Captain Falcon is.
He is real cheesy.
He salutes to you and says, "Show your moves."
I love him, but man, goof.
Yeah.
A high-class goof.
Michael Bay is getting up there in years, and that's why I was a little like, where is he? Because he used to be everywhere.
That's one of his last films.
Exactly. So I am excited for this.
Okay.
But it's only just been announced. Nothing much more. Just like how they announced a live-action Toys R Us movie.
Yeah.
We don't know much more beyond it, but they cited references like Back to the Future, Barbie,
Yeah.
And
Night at the Museum.
Night at the Museum.
Yeah.
So this gives me an idea that I know what this is going to be. Because they kept talking about the magic of the store. If you've ever been in Toys R Us, yes, there's toys.
I never.
But it was always a mess.
Yeah, I bet.
Because they just leave everything on the shelves. You got kids moving everything on the shelves. The employees just giving up. I mean, the place shut down for a reason.
Yes.
They're also stupidly expensive. Yeah, Target and Walmart were always cheaper.
See, that's the thing.
I guess Kmart at that time, too.
I never got to go because my parents were always like, it's just so expensive.
Yeah.
And also there wasn't one near me. It was like, if you want a, like a big... If you want a big one, we'll go to Peter Piper Pizza, you know, or Chuck E. Cheese, something like that, where you also get the arcade element.
Yeah.
Just toys that are overpriced. We can get cheaper.
I would go to one very rarely as a kid, and it was probably like 30 minutes away from where I lived. Mm-hmm. And we'd only go there if because that was like the nearest movie theater. Mm-hmm. You know.
And you just happen to be in the area.
Yeah. It was a giant like shopping district. Mm-hmm. It was still a mess.
Of course. Like the toy aisle, going to any Walmart, the toy aisle is the least put together, no matter how hard that employee tries. Because it's just one kid will come through and it'll be a tornado. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the point of it, right? I'm curious, Toys R Us movie? So, question of the week, have we been in a Toys R Us? How do we feel about it?
Could this be... The only thing I can picture is... I showed it to you earlier. I showed you the, screenshots. Food Fight.
Yeah.
That old animated movie that's, notoriously bad.
Yeah, but this is live action.
But I just imagine it'll just be bogged down with just constant commercials, basically. Just just advertising. Just brands on brands on brands. In a cool scenario, could be what was that one where the toys did come to life?
Toy Story.
No. It was like the military guys and the little alien monster dudes.
Oh my god.
What was that called? Toy Soldiers? What is that?
What? Small Soldiers?
Small Soldiers. That one was good.
Small Soldiers is amazing.
And it could be something like that. I'd be into that. I'm not completely disinterested in the concept, because that movie exists. It shows that we can do something cool with the toys come to life.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to hold my breath.
Okay. Again, it's too early to call anything. But it's too late to call the Joker, too. Segue into this. The producers of Joker 2 have admitted that this is completely their fault.
Oh.
Yes. Are you ready?
Yes.
They start explaining why this all happened.
Okay.
They never did screen tests because they trusted the director so much. Instead, they had a viewing party with their families. So it's just a casual, just everybody just hanging out watching the movie.
That's a terrible idea.
When they saw the first cut of it, the rough cut of it, Zaslav and the producers were like, this is magical.
Oh my god.
Keep doing what you're doing. And so Todd Phillips would ask for things, and they were just handing him things. And then to the point where they were like, you're doing so good, buddy. You get final say on the final cut.
No.
And
you don't even do that for the most prestigious directors in the world.
Yes, you would.
I mean,
for Michael Bay.
Well, even they would. Even the most prestigious, James Cameron or whoever, even they would be like, no, I need someone to do a rough watch through, because you never know. And a good artist would sit there and want fresh eyes on the.
If you want to, franchise properly, which this is supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
It is a sequel.
You don't put your family, because they'll never tell you no.
Yeah.
They'll be really kind and gentle and I think that's good. You don't do that.
Now, people have liked the movie, have talked about enjoying it. Some people have said that it's not a good movie, but they still enjoyed it.
I mean...
So I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting. And then I've just heard fans just be like, this is utter trash.
We haven't gotten around to it. We rewatched Joker, and it really didn't hold up after a second viewing, which keeps happening with superhero movies, where I'll watch it the first time and I'll be charmed, and then I watch it the second time and then I'm like, actually it's not that good.
You're not gonna like the next film review then.
Oh no.
Winter Soldier, baby.
Well, I don't remember Winter Soldier. I don't even think I've even seen it. I know I have.
I watch it every year.
Not with me. You keep saying this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since I lived with my parents. That was like 12 years ago.
When it first came out in, 2013?
Because I remember seeing Steve stand there next to Black Widow, and they were talking to Zola on a computer or something, and I was like, what is this? This is stupid. What's happening?
It's a Captain America movie. Moving on, Nintendo claims that 2.2 million people in Japan alone have pre-ordered the Switch 2.
That's not surprising.
They are afraid that they don't have enough supplies for them.
Well, move faster.
And I'm like, cool, great way to start this all out, right?
You should have predicted this, guys. What are you doing?
They were rumored to have stockpiled these things long ago, and that's why they waited an extra year to announce this. I don't know if any of that is true. Mm-hmm. But the rumors of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion were true, and they just dropped it like that.
Yeah, they actually just shadow dropped it.
Yep. They announced it the day before. They're like, hey, tomorrow it's ready.
Mm-hmm. I've seen screenshots and stuff. Mm-hmm. I've heard middling reviews. I've sseen people on PC say that there's been like some crashes and stuff happening.
Yeah, it's a Microsoft game.
Yeah. They readapted all the voice lines. Like, they brought all of them back. It's the same ones from the original game.
Yeah, you can talk about the messed up line.
Including the one where the guy messes up. And I think it's very fun. There's only a few instances where we see something like that. And there's another one in Sonic 06.
Yeah.
Hilarious. And it's just so, like, refreshing seeing, like, the humanity of the voice actor be like, oh, wait, let me try again. And to just hear it in the game. Because usually you only find that in behind-the-scenes stuff. Mm-hmm. Cool stuff. I think it's fun.
Nice. I think that's cool to do the shadow drop kind of thing.
It was neat.
Or next day drop, just be like, it's ready.
Yeah, as we were buzzing about it, they made it happen.
And one of the things I was telling you, Microsoft, they need an exclusive. I know they just had Indie, but Indiana Jones was last holiday's exclusive. Yeah. You need another one. Because here we got Nintendo going, we're going to drop the Switch 2 with exclusives.
Yes.
And PlayStation had a really good year last year.
They did. I think Microsoft doesn't have a lot of reach. All their games kind of look the same. Brown. Brown and realistic in quotations.
I noticed that when it comes to Microsoft and Sony PlayStation, there's a difference in who wants to participate with them. Yeah. Sony being Japanese, I noticed a lot of Asian companies want to work with them, right? We got Wukong,
Sega,
which is China. Sega, yes, its own Japanese company. I can't remember the names, but they did Stellar Blade.
Yes.
That was South Korean.
Konami, I think.
Konami's Japanese, but they also teamed up with them for Silent Hill.
This is like, I just want more variety of like gameplay options, because I know if I go to Microsoft, I'll either get like a shooter or like a
Halo.
Yeah, all things like that. Like, give me something like a platformer. You know, I'd be more interested in your console if you had more variety. Yes.
Well, they're getting rid of their consoles. Yeah. That's clear. No one's buying them. Everyone's doing PC.
I do the handheld. I do handheld Xbox.
It'd be interesting. It would be very interesting to go that way. Mm-hmm. Now, Black Myth Wukong. Yes. Because I'm playing it. Uh-huh. This last chunk, I said it was going to be all of Chapter 2. It's not. These chapters take too damn long. Mm-hmm. Fighting these bosses takes so long. I'm cutting out all my defeats. Almost all of them. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm being admittful that I get beat up a lot.
Yeah. I mean, fair.
I mean, it's ridiculous. But the scenes, like the scenic views, the lore, the mythos.
I know.
What's ripping through it. It just, me going off on this crazy adventure to sober up a drunken pig. And then feed him food. And then he, like, just tells me to leave, and I go find this like ancient stone door. That pig is apparently the one that attacks me, the yellow robed squire. We get into a fight, and then we decide that it's okay for me to join. He takes me to the spot. He talks about a kingdom where the sun set, and it was gold and beautiful. And then Wu and Tang,
the musician,
the monk,
right?
Yes. Tang, came through, and they told the city, like, we need something, and destroyed it, which awoke a beetle. You fast forward, at the end, you're fighting the beetle. And you're like, this is crazy, and that's a side mission.
I'm annoyed, because it's this one and Elder Scrolls. they look so cool.
Yes.
And the world is so interesting. And all the characters and the environments and the lore and this history. It's so gorgeous and cool. And I want to see it. But I hate playing Souls-likes. I want a game with this, like, style and history and denseness. But to be like a farming simulator or something.
Yeah.
Something with a different style of gameplay. Even like a turn-based RPG.
Yeah.
Because I want to engage with it, but I cannot stand Souls-like gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very bad at it. The tremors, the early onset arthritis does not help.
Yeah.
I play slow games for a reason.
So, at the end of this last one, I beat somebody called the Tiger Vanguard. Mm-hmm. He almost broke me. Mentally. Mm-hmm. And then I just finished the new part, which is even longer. It's like 4 hours long.
Oh, is that why it took so long for it to export?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought your computer was just getting slow.
No, it was huge, and I beat the chapter. So if you want to see the second chapter, it's in there. Plus, there's weird moments where I leave to go back to the first chapter to fight other bosses that I just come upon that I didn't meet the first time.
Do weird little side quests and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much this second piece that I'm talking about, the one that's going to come up, part 5, you're just going to watch me just destroy a lot of these bosses until I just struggle forever with the final Rat King.
Yeah.
I love the game. I love it. Okay, it is time for Star Wars.
Yeah, there was the whole Star Wars thing.
So, Star Wars Celebration Japan, it was in Japan this year.
Nice.
They announced quite a few things. Mandalorian and Grogu.
It's happening.
They are currently filming it.
Uh-huh.
And it will come out next summer. They announced Star Wars Starfighter from director Sean Levy. He did Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. He does a lot of good action-related stuff.
The one where his Project Adam.
Yes, that was also him. Again, Ryan Reynolds.
Free Guy.
Yeah, he does action. He's really good with action.
But this time he doesn't have Ryan Reynolds. He's going to have Ryan Gosling.
A different Ryan.
Yeah. Sorry. Ryan Gosling will work very well with him because of how physical of an actor Ryan is.
He does a lot of stunts as well.
Gosling. Reynolds
yeah.
is, and Gosling is also. It should bounce off. This will take place after the events of Rise of Skywalker, so we're entering a new territory with this.
Finally. Jeez.
Along with Mandalorian and Grogu.
Uh-huh.
Right, so this is going to be finally something beyond Episode 9. I've always kind of wondered what they were going to do with that because it's in your title, Star Wars. And if there's no more wars, there's no point in watching, right?
I know. They really shot themselves in the foot by having it be attached to the war thing.
Oh, it's almost like it was supposed to be a 6-episode masterpiece and never to be again. Yeah. Okay? Just telling you my own thoughts. But Star Wars Starfighter takes flight May 28th, 2027.
Nice.
Season 3 of Star Wars Visions. That's the anthology series.
Oh, the animated one?
Yep.
Cool.
More Clone Wars on its way.
Nice.
Tales from the Underworld, which will be...
Okay.
Which will be a lot about the bad guys from Clone Wars. It's a spin-off show for them.
I see.
Ahsoka Season 2, which has confirmed Hayden Christensen coming back to reprise his role as Anakin Skywalker.
I'm not excited. I was really not happy with Ahsoka.
Is he now older than Anakin when he died as Vader?
I think so. Yeah. He was rather young.
Yeah, if you think about it, he would have been 28 to 32 when he was Vader.
Mid-30s somewhere.
Because he had Luke at a young age, no? And the coolest thing, at least for Star Wars news, Darth Maul, Shadow Lord.
Yeah, where he brings on an apprentice, presumably?
Yes.
I'm excited. I hope the apprentice doesn't look like a stereotypical Sith Lord, because I think that's kind of boring when they're all like, and I wear black, and I have black and white and red, and those are the only colors. And I'm like, can't someone... I guess Thrawn is blue, or whatever his name is, from Clone Wars, and also the first season of Ahsoka.
Well... So, as a kid, Darth Maul was really cool.
Yes.
He is a standout character when you go back to having only 6 movies.
Yes.
Right?
Is a very memorable for being. He's so memorable. He's only in one movie, barely.
Yeah.
And he has withstood the test of time.
Mm-hmm. And weirdly enough, even though George Lucas killed him, Disney keeps finding ways to bring him back. Do you remember that time he showed up in Solo?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
That sure happened.
Yep, that movie happened.
Yeah, it sure did.
Now that this is animated, they had talked about doing a live action. The original works of Obi-Wan Kenobi, the show, was supposed to be him fighting Darth Maul. Because Darth Maul wanted revenge.
That makes sense.
Didn't work out for them.
Yeah.
So they did the Leia plot.
Yeah. I think the Leia plot worked much better.
They can't, those grown men can't catch that kid.
No, they sure can't. I mean, I'm going to say that's a failure on the director. You can definitely film those scenes to make it look more convincing, but for some reason they just use all the shots where the grown adults are like tiptoeing around.
Yep.
Like getting stopped by like tiny little shrubs.
There's a little video on YouTube that I found where they basically show what the bad guys are doing while Leia's actress is running around. And one of the characters, because there's usually 2 bad guys chasing her, one of them, their sole purpose is to take these other trails up and around and down and over, even though they could just lunge out and grab her. They're just going somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's a silly scene.
Unfortunately goofy.
Yes. There was more Star Wars games.
You know, they keep doing this. They keep announcing a billion things, and then not much of it ever actually comes to fruition.
Yeah, true.
But, you know, we'll see Grogu and Mando for sure.
Yep, well, box office trolls.
Box office trolls, yippee!
Okay, number 1, Sinners.
Yeah, I really want to see it.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to see it.
Everything I've seen looks cool.
I don't know. Strong men holding Tommy guns trying to shoot vampires. It's a period piece.
A big culture element.
The bad guy apparently is a very deep and intricate villain.
Like, just everything about it is just the trailer doesn't just show you a lot, but it really just like captured me.
Yeah.
I really want to see it.
I already knew like the concept of it, but knowing that other people are like, no, dude, this one's really good. It's like, cool. You know what? I think vampires are back.
Also, Michael B. Jordan is cool.
He is.
He's a great actor.
And he's got Ryan Coogler.
Oh, really?
Who's directing this? Black Panther. What was the last one? Black Panther 2? No, I was trying to remember the other movie. They've worked a lot together, and those 2 work very well. Number 2, a Minecraft movie.
Jan, I'm done with it. The memes are already old.
Number 3, The King of Kings. That is that animated kids film.
Yeah.
Number 4, The Amateur.
Okay.
Number 5, Warfare.
Lots of some new, fresh stuff in the box office.
Number 6, Drop. Keeps dropping throughout the weeks. Number 7, Colorful Stage, the movie. A Miku.
Who can't sing? Wow, it came out. Finally.
What is this?
This is, it's Hatsune Miku. It's a tie-in movie for the iOS app game, Project Sekai. And I don't really know what happens in it. There's like 4 different bands, and each band does different styles of music. You got like the emo kids who have their stuff, and then you have like the run-of-the-mill idol group who does their stuff. You have Vivid Bad Squad, and they got the best music. This has been like murmured about for like 2 years now, so it's crazy that it's finally happened.
They made a whole movie based on an app.
Well, Hatsune Miku is huge, so yes. If it has Hatsune Miku in it, yes, they will.
Who is this character?
Who are you? How do you not know? You've seen her. She's the like little anime girl with long blue pigtails.
Sure.
I mean, she's massive.
Okay.
She's insanely huge.
Apparently I need to take an educational lesson about Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku.
That's what I have that fitness boxing game of Hatsune Miku.
Oh, you could have just started with that.
Well, I assumed you knew who Miku was.
Wow. So this is her first movie?
I don't think it's her first movie.
Wow.
But she doesn't have, like, many.
Okay.
She usually does concerts.
That's cool. Number 8, Pride and Prejudice, the 20th anniversary re-release.
So is it the original one? Not the one that... No, that one wasn't Pride and Prejudice.
This would have been the one that came out when you were in middle school.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Yes. Number 9, The Chosen, Last Supper, Part 3.
Not Part 4? Does
I
Part
don't know.
4 not come out yet?
Part 4 should have came out. But
Maybe it's a bad part. Maybe it's a boring part.
I think they might want to televise them. Right. Number 10, Snow White.
Wow, it, like, crawled its way back up from the depths, I see. 5 weeks in, and you're still... Come on, guys. Get that on streaming already. No one's going to go see it.
Dude, the amount, 400 million.
That's so embarrassing. And it's like, where?
And
Where? I don't see the budget.
you had so much controversy surrounding your actors. Mm-hmm. I've never seen a single interview with the director.
No.
I haven't seen him talk about it.
Ever since,
His name's Mark Webb. He directed The Amazing Spider-Man.
Ever since, they kept, like, having interviews where they were talking shit about the original Snow White.
Yeah.
There's been nothing from any of them, which
Yeah.
has not helped with the publicity of it.
Well, apparently, like, you were telling me how Rachel was talking about how Snow White doesn't need a Prince Charming, right?
Yeah.
But in the movie, she still gets Prince Charming. So she was just talking off her butt.
Or they changed something because of what she said. And
Just
they saw the public backlash. But I don't know.
Yeah. I've seen some scenes from that leaked online.
Yeah.
It looks awful.
It looks so ugly.
Yeah.
It's so insanely ugly. On a related note, we were going to talk about Mufasa.
Yes, it's actually in here.
Okay. So we'll get to it.
Well, no, that was the end of box office, so we can talk about Mufasa.
We did watch it.
Yes, and I'm not doing a film review on that.
Nah.
It's the worst Lion King I've ever seen. And 1.5 is sitting right there.
Oh my god. It's remarkably drab. Very dull.
Yeah.
Like, just nothing happens. It's a lot of just lions kind of moseying around. The entire premise doesn't really make sense.
Sorry.
I know.
They look the same, I'm sorry.
They do. Mufasa
has those weird little lines on the side of his eyes.
Yeah, they kind of look like eyeliner or eyebrows or something.
They make it shaped like his eyes in a different spot.
Yeah.
At least if you look at him with funny. He's not with his family.
No,
He just gets carried away and he has to hang out with Scar. Taka.
Which, insane that they kept the name Taka, which means garbage in Swahili.
Yeah.
But they changed the whole storyline around them not actually being brothers. They're like adopted brothers.
Yes.
It all it does is makes Mufasa look really bad in the long run. Because
What do you mean? He destroyed that pride.
Well, he goes through the whole movie going, I don't want to be king. Because Taka was the real prince, and he's been doing this his whole life. He's training for it. He wants it. He tells Mufasa he wants it. Mufasa knows he wants it, and Mufasa's like, I don't want it. And then they get to the Pride Lands, and then they fight one guy and win, and all the animals are like, well, you should be King Mufasa. And Mufasa's like, yeah, I will.
Well, it's also because Taka was hanging out with the White Lion.
Which is also stupid.
Okay. The voice actor of the White Lion.
Mads Mikkelsen?
Yes. Mads, you're great, dude. But singing? You know, in the old Disney classics, they would get voice actors, like Jack Skellington.
Yes.
The guy who voices Jack
is not his singing voice.
And his singing voice is what he's known for, which is Oingo Boingo.
Yes. Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman. But the guy, when Jack's standing there just talking, that's a totally different dude.
That's very common. That's super common.
Yeah, and it's not everyone can sing, and why not get a professional singer who can't do voice work?
Well, they didn't even give the damn lion anything to work with.
Then again, this is from the same team that just butchered Scar's Be Prepared.
Oh, God.
It's so bad.
Well, Matt Mikkelsen's character, who I don't remember the name of.
Yeah.
All the white lions look the same.
Kimba? We'll call him Kimba.
Yeah, which is also insane decision on their part to make it all white lions when that was such a huge controversy.
If you don't know the controversy, when Lion King came out, Japan had an animated lion movie also about a little boy cub making his way up to being a king.
Called Kimba.
Simba and Kimba.
Like, you could give them the benefit of the doubt because Simba literally means lion in Swahili. But it was, like, a whole controversy. So for them to make all the villains white lions, crazy. But he's just, like this ruler. He's like, I am destined to be king. Basically, God chosen to be king. And he has, like, this threatening force, and he's scary, and he's like, I will kill you just because I can. And then his villain song starts up, and it's like, I'm gonna make you go bye-bye. And it's like, this is what, it's bye-bye. And, like, this is the decision we've made. This is what we're doing.
It wasn't much better than Brother.
It wasn't. At least Brother was kind of memorable, for better or for worse.
It was terrible. It was just horrible. So, at this point, I want to say that we are blessed to live in a time where the season 29 of Ghost Adventures has begun.
Yeah, yippee.
And last time we saw Ghost Adventures, I had so much fun trying to describe what happened in the episode.
It is bananas.
That I was like, I have to just do it for every episode that we get in this new season.
Sure.
So, Zach and his crew decide that they're going to investigate the house used as the filming location for the famous movie Poltergeist.
Yes.
In which there is believed to be a curse.
Uh-huh.
You can look this up.
I'm gonna be
a lot of actors and people tied to this film have been killed or died because it's an old movie.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to, like, a lot of, like, this one actor who played this one character several years later died of cancer. And I'm like, I don't think we can blame ghosts for cancer, my guy.
They did some other things on set, like actual human skeletal remains as props, which is just weird and doesn't make sense.
And they had exactly 2 shots that they used over and over again throughout the whole episode.
And so Zach comes in because he's obviously a huge nerd.
Oh my god, it was so embarrassing watching him like be all giddy, creaming his pants as he's like doing the hand on the TV thing.
Like, he literally gets on his knees and he's just in front of the TV staring at it, and he's like, Billy, do your job and tell everyone what to do. Anyways, were there ghosts? No.
No, God, nothing happened.
No, there was 2 moments that were interesting. Zach keeps yelling at a monitor.
As he does.
Yes. He's starting to get angry because the ghosts don't want to play with him.
Of course.
And he's like, just knocked the doll over. And finally, at the end of the night, the doll gets knocked over. It was sitting on top of a shelf.
Yeah, precariously, on the edge of the shelf.
So, the other interesting moment was, they tend to do this. They'll just bring out a new piece of equipment, and they're like, we think this works. And you're like, how? And they're like, light to light, monitor, light, shadow, ghost.
If it does anything, we'll be like, look, a ghost.
Yeah. So basically, I've never seen this device before, but basically it's a camera filming the TV, the classic TV, white noise static of the poltergeist, essentially, right? And then it's projecting what it thinks it's reading off that screen through like a steady stream of light flow.
It's just so weird and stupid because I don't think ghosts give a shit about static on TV.
Yeah, well, they were saying that they could use the static to communicate or try and demonstrate something on their side, right? And they capture some strange lights moving from the camera, thinking that something's happening.
It looked like a lava lamp.
Yeah.
It'd just be like,
yes.
Oh my god, a ghost is talking to me through my lava lamp.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's like the when whoever picked up their cell phone and the sphere decided to turn and just look at them.
Yeah.
And it's not like it cares. It's just good timing. So they weren't able to capture any sufficient evidence. So they stop it short. And the last 20 minutes is we're in a like LED lit studio with industrial themes.
One of Zach's
it looks like
many museums.
It looks like a dance room.
It is weird, and first of all, they had a psychic.
They had several psychics.
Who I hate psychics. I think they're all frauds. Every single one.
I know you want to be the main character.
Well, they make shit up. That they get paid to make shit up.
It's true.
And he drags this one back who was the most annoying one.
Well, she was the one who worked on... Are you ready? He's investigating Poltergeist, the movie. She worked on Poltergeist 2, the movie.
Wow. Anyway.
No, I was just like, you can't even get closer than that?
They put her in front of some doll, and she's like, there's a ghost in the doll. And it's like, okay, sure. I believe you. It's not doing anything, and you can't prove it, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Person who's paid money to lie for a living.
It was a bizarre 1.5 hours of my life, where I was like, this is Ghost Adventures, and it's fun to see Zach giddy again. But then he also gets grumpy, like an old man.
He always does.
He's been working out again.
Yeah, he didn't wear his 7 layers and also fingerless gloves.
He's showing off his biceps. He popped his collar. He's feeling youthful.
I think the show's gonna get canceled soon.
I think they're done.
I think this is not only him. Like, he would go on for forever, but...
He will.
I think Travel Channel and most importantly the other guys are like... We're not getting anything out of this anymore.
Yeah, you've gone to 29 seasons.
And not a whole lot to show for it.
You know, they used to be like 20 episodes long back in the day. And like last season was only 5. And I had to wait like 1.5 years for them to come back.
And they just get faker and faker. And that's the thing, when you have all those episodes, it's just mounting evidence that you're not doing anything. There are no ghosts. Half of the ghosts you find are clearly fake.
So what did we learn from this episode? Zach is obsessed with 80s film.
Zach definitely found his sexual awakening with Poltergeist.
And ghosts are still not real. Okay, Camp Cretaceous Season 2.
Yeah, you've started it.
I finished it.
Oh!
Yeah, I just wrapped it up.
Nice.
The halfway point is basically Ben and him and Bumpy. This kid fell off of a moving light rail. Got tousled around by pterodons.
Goes feral.
Yep, went feral, and then they grew up together because Bumpy is genetically engineered to grow rapidly.
Which, fine. That makes sense.
Well, Dr. Wu explained that at the beginning.
I'm fine with, like, fantastical...
Isn't that his name?
I don't remember. I'm fine with fantastical creatures growing quickly. Like in Aragon, the book, not the movie. The movie did it
You need to stop bringing up Aragon.
I was thinking about it.
Every day. This thing's not recording every day, but it's every day at the dinner table.
It was because, like, over the weekend...
You want to go watch Aragon?
Kinda.
Oh my god.
It's really bad. But over the weekend, we watched... It was this great, like, trio of, like, childhood classics for me. Where it was Princess Bride, Narnia... Series of Unfortunate Events, the movie, the original one, with Jim Carrey.
Hey, Jumanji is somewhere in there.
Oh, and we also watched Jumanji before all that. So it's just this amazing, just like, avalanche of some of my childhood favorites, and especially ones based off of books. And Aragon was always a part of it. Whenever I wanted a dumb one, I would pop in Aragon and laugh at how bad it is.
When I first saw a series in the theaters, I had already read the books.
Oh, you watched it in the theaters?
Yeah.
Lucky.
And I was very upset with that adaptation. I was like, that is not the way the books work.
No, it's As an adaptation, very bad.
Okay, so it's based on the first 3 books, but what they did quite uniquely is not run through the first 3 books,
Yeah.
but instead run through half of the first book, cut it there, run through the second and third book.
Like lightning speed
Yep.
run through them.
And then we come back to the first book.
Yeah, and it's this weird, arbitrary, because we want to end on the marvelous marriage for some reason.
Yeah.
So we have to arbitrarily make him their guardian again somehow at the end of the third one.
Yeah.
It was a poor decision, but I just have a lot of fun with it. I think it's fun, even though it's incredibly inaccurate. It's goofy.
It's fun to see the 2 different ways these actors have approached Olaf. How Jim Carrey, I mean, we know Jim Carrey.
Yes.
It's pretty easy.
He
And
loves being a villain.
Yeah, and Eggman,
Uh-huh.
Olaf,
Yeah. The cable guy.
Cable Guy, and the medieval knights. Okay. No, he plays them very similarly, almost like The Mask.
Yes. He likes pushing, because they're also characters who naturally are very dramatic and theatrical. So, it's fun to, push yourself further with that, and he really leans into it. Where Neil Patrick Harris was more... He has that theatricality that Olaf has, but he's also more like the conniving half of it.
Yeah.
My favorite part, I forgot about this line, and it cracked me up. It's when Olaf does miraculously show up to help save the orphans at the end, so he can get custody of them before the marvelous marriage. And they're on the lake, and Aunt Josephine has drowned, and Mr. Poe shows up out of nowhere, and Klaus is like, Mr. Poe, we're... And then he grabs Klaus by the collar and goes, drowning, and he just shoves Klaus his head into the water, and I'm like, Jim, Mr. Carey, calm down. Great movie. It was fantastic.
Yeah, you could tell he had fun working with the kids, which the other guy did too. He loves working with younger actors.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris. They're just really lovable, fun, and easygoing guys.
I used to have the DVD of Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yes.
And
This film is that old.
all the behind... Yes, there was no Blu-ray. All the behind the scenes. There's... Especially Sonny. Because it's actually 2 twins playing Sonny.
Yeah. That has to do with labor laws.
Also, they're toddlers.
Yeah, well, it's not only that. It's labor laws. Like, you can't have a kid 12 hours even. I think it's like 6 at most, and then you got to send the kid home.
There are lots of times where Sonny is, clearly like a doll.
Yeah.
But all the behind the scenes, the 2 Sonny twins, everyone was just always, having fun with the babies. What's his name? Uncle
Klaus.
Monty?
Okay.
What was his name?
Oh, the Duke?
Yeah, the actor. Oh, Billy something. Billy?
Yeah, you're right. It's Billy... I want to say Billy Walsh.
He always, got the babies. Someone's always holding one of them. They're always playing with them. Very sweet. Very cute. Everyone was having a lot of fun on set. It's unfortunate the movie is bad.
What's crazy about the movie is the casting. Okay, we talked about Jim Carrey playing the main villain, right?
Surprisingly star-studded.
Yes, it's...
didn't
Who's
remember
Mr. Poe?
He was Peter Pettigrew from Harry Potter. I don't remember his name.
Okay. The detective?
Fucking,
Chance?
Cedric the Entertainer?
Cedric. Okay, my bad. I thought it was Chance.
Dustin Hoffman was in it?
Dustin Hoffman shows up for no reason.
They have so much, cut scenes.
Aunt Josephine?
Meryl Streep.
She's cheap and easy to get.
And I'm gonna say, one of her best performances in this one.
Yeah.
A phenomenal performance as Aunt Josephine. Billy, the Duke from Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
As Uncle Monty. Incredibly. Oh, the one with the voice, that lady who's in White Lotus, the first 2 seasons. Jennifer.
No, don't do this. Not again. But we got it. White Lotus, move on.
She has that husky voice. She's one of the white-faced ladies, and she has 3 lines total. Incredible cast.
And that would have been the beginning of her career in Hollywood.
Yeah, Luis Guzman is in it. That's
Yep.
amazing cast, and they get no lines for some reason.
It's one of those weird movies where Nickelodeon's behind it. MTV's behind it.
Yeah.
Universal's behind it.
Yes.
They put everything they had into this movie because they're like, this is going to be the next Harry Potter.
They were so close, too.
The thing is, with Harry Potter, they took their time with each book. Despite how well they spent that time with the book, I'm looking at number 6.
Yes.
They didn't try and shove Harry Potter 2 and 3 together, you know?
And, like, I get it, especially with the bad beginning, the book. It's a lot of the Baudelaire's doing chores all day.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly, like, an exciting adventure for a movie.
You know what's crazy? What if you made a 90-minute movie?
You could have.
It doesn't have to be 2 hours. What if I made a 90-minute movie and it just tells the story of the first book?
Hell, they could have.
90 minutes is a shorter time in theater, so then you could potentially get longer, like another extra showing in there, which could get you more money. You know what I'm thinking?
They could have done the first 2 books if they really wanted to.
No, I'm not going to give you that option. There's enough information in 300 pages.
True.
Regardless of whether it's for children or not.
And those books get bigger and bigger, so your runtime could get longer and longer.
Or you can cut out more stuff.
Anyway, unfortunate. Because they could have. There was a lot of effort and heart.
Yep. Daredevil, Born Again.
Yes.
Ended.
On, like, the first half, presumably?
Yeah. Punisher.
Weird ending.
Cute boy Frank showed up.
He sure did. That's cute boy Frank.
He shaved for him.
He did.
Yeah.
Cute.
See? He's cute boy Frank.
He is. I like me some John Bernthal.
I just like watching my two guys just beat the hell out of crooked cops.
I like them, like, bantering with each other. Mm-hmm. Very fun. It was action-packed, but not like it's clearly not the ending, because nothing happened.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. The assassin that is, like, Kingpin's right-hand man, he sent him to go whack Matt while he was down in
Duncan or something like that.
Whatever. In the hospital. And, like, Matt can hear him clearly, like, 2 miles away.
Yeah.
When the guy got there, he was already, like, at home.
He also turned the lights off, and I'm like, I know you don't know he's Daredevil, presumably, but that's a dumb mistake. They can do nothing turning the lights off to assassinate the blind man.
Yeah, exactly. So that makes no sense, yeah.
I guess so everyone else was lost? No, the footage couldn't capture him entering the room.
Make it hard? That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, also you have Kingpin. He could just go through and scrub the footage.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good.
My favorite episode has been the one with the St. Patrick's Day, like, bank event.
Yes.
Because that one was just fun. That was classic Daredevil.
Oh, I love the way that ended.
Yes. It was cute. Shenanigans. It was a very nice filler episode.
It was her dad, Miss Marvel's dad, talking to Matt, and Matt just listening to him. And then the whole thing about, like, he's so proud of his daughter that she's a superhero. Doesn't really understand it, but he's just like, whatever, it's cool. Right? And then Matt took a mint. Yeah. And then later on, he's looking at the jar with the mints and realizes the gem that was stolen is sitting there. And that's what Matt did. He swapped it.
It's just good. Just good. Just I love little stories like that.
But now that Matt has heard about her, and he was defending Peter Parker.
He was.
I am going to 100% say this. If he is not in Secret Wars, I don't even know why I would go.
See, here's the thing. I would love the two, like, leaders, the two adult teachers to be in charge of the Young Avengers.
Yes.
To be Doctor Strange and Matt Murdock. Because, what a funny duality. Matt Murdock, so empathetic, but also, that man is a murderer.
Whoa, hold on.
Doctor Strange hates kids. Funny shenanigans ensue.
Not only that, they are very intelligent men.
Yes, and very different men.
They are. And one's a lawyer, one's a surgeon.
One's a magician, one's going to beat you to a pulp with a lead
one's
pipe.
The goddamn devil, yeah. If his words can't do it, his fists will.
Yeah, one of them, like, opened a portal to another dimension. One of them snapped a man's leg in half. So I think it would be fun times all around.
Yeah. St. Patty's Day, things happen, right? Righteous Gemstones.
Yes.
When we were catching up on it, there's a throwback episode or flashback episode
Which always are great.
with the kid actors. That was fun.
They're so good. I would love a spin-off with just these kids because they're really good at capturing the adults' mannerisms. And I find it very impressive, especially young Jesse.
Yeah.
He captures Danny to a T.
I thought it was interesting. We finally got really introduced to who the villain is.
Yeah, presumably.
From 7 and 8, the 9th episode this Sunday is the last one, and then the whole series is done.
We're on episode 7.
No, we're on 8.
No, remember
we're talking about.
We double checked this. The last episode.
Am
we
I
got
off
caught
by
up
a
on.
number?
We have 2 more episodes left.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
You have one.
We double checked this.
I don't care anymore.
There's 1 or 2 episodes left. Anyway, it's not a lot of time to wrap things up.
It's not.
I'm especially uncertain about BJ and his monkey, and Baby Billy and his Teengis thing. If you're not watching Righteous Gemstones, everything I said sounds like I'm having a stroke.
The Teengis. Okay, Baby Billy is their uncle. He is a scam artist.
He is.
And he's always looking for the fastest way to get rich and famous. But he sucks at it.
Yeah.
He's just a scumbag.
He is.
He's decided to write a CW show.
Yes. Of Teen Jesus. Teengis.
And decided Teen Jesus wasn't good enough, so he threw the 2 words together. Everyone's arguing with him about why it's just teen, just not like you could have done it differently.
Yes.
Anyways, just teen.
Yeah. Coke was involved.
At one point, he decides to fire the kid playing Jesus.
Yeah.
And he's gonna play Jesus despite being a 60-year-old man.
It's so it's so clearly just the thing is with Baby Billy, I feel like they're just spinning their wheels with the character. Like this is like the 3rd season in a row where he's doing this kind of plot line. And with the whole BJ and the monkey thing, it sounds like they just don't know what to do, and they're just like filling screen time.
Well, BJ and his Dr. Watson.
Yes.
Is the name of the capuchin who's taking care of him because he's paralyzed.
Yes.
Has grown a very, very intimate relationship where they give each other kissies.
Yeah.
And now Dr. Watson hates his wife
Yes.
and wants to take her place.
So it's like, it is funny, but I'm like, I don't know. There was also so much that had to happen to lead up to this point.
Yeah.
BJ was into pole dancing. BJ got hurt. BJ's in a wheelchair. BJ's resentful. She gives him a monkey to help him because he's resentful.
Borrowed.
Yes,
the monkey will be taken away. I'm willing to bet.
I imagine these 2 things will probably get wrapped up in the next episode.
Yeah.
And then the final episode will be the real plot. And I don't know how the whole series could end. Because this is the last season.
Yeah.
I don't know what could happen. I feel like last season was a better ending. This one's fine, but I wouldn't rewatch it if I went through the series again. I would end at the end of season 3.
I really like the show. I don't know if I would rewatch it. I think like the Eric Andre show.
Yeah.
I just let it live there rent-free as a fever dream.
Yes.
Him
Accurate.
trying to suck up the coffee off his table and then just snakes start pouring out of it.
Hannibal standing, like, you gotta
Way
eat the
too
whole
close,
head of lettuce.
eating a head of lettuce. It like there's weird things that happened in these shows where I'm just like, I'm just gonna accept that and move forward.
A lot of Adult Swim content is that Adult Swim?
Oh, Eric is.
Yeah.
Which Eric is the villain of the 2nd season of Righteous Gemstones.
He is. A lot of Adult Swim content is very fever dream. I'll never get over the infomercials. Oh my god. Uninterrupted bear footage.
Oh my, dude, there were some good ones.
There's people living in this house. Nightmare. It still haunts me.
And then we got The Last of Us.
Yeah.
That was not accurate to the game.
That was our breakfast. We watched that this morning.
Yep. I felt no emotions.
And I'm not excited with this.
I'm very upset with what they did here. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna really fuck over your audience, the people who don't know this story.
Yeah, the more casual audience.
Yes. As fans of the games, right, we know what's coming.
Yes.
How you feel about the shift right here in storytelling, that's up to you. For me personally, I think Joel and Ellie are the bad guys. Yeah. And Abby's actually correct, and that she was out on a vendetta to take care of this problem.
But that kind of gets, like, thrown away the moment she decides to torture them.
Yeah, and then because it just gets drawn out a little too long. Yeah, it's just like, we didn't have to see all of that.
It's been, sadly, very boring. The first, like, 1 and 90% of 2 is a lot of boring nothing. And then suddenly things start happening at 2, and then it's all just sad and shit.
Yeah.
And so it hasn't really, like, made me, I'm on the edge of my seat for next episode.
I think the next episode will deal with, trying to understand and accept Joel's death.
Yeah.
And then eventually come to the idea that there's nothing really left here.
I imagine by the end of the episode, she'll leave.
And we should be in Seattle at the end of this next episode. If we are not, I don't know if I can keep going.
Do you remember what episode 3 of season 1 was?
Did it have zombies?
It was the Frank and his partner episode. The flashback with Nick Offerman and his boyfriend.
From White Lotus.
Yes.
A different White Lotus person.
It's true. That was episode 3 of season 1. And
which
that was...
Baby Billy's in White Lotus.
He is. It's all connected.
The many ways to White Lotus.
But anyway, that was the episode that, like, really hooked me. Like, despite only having 2 episodes with Joel and Ellie in present, having a flashback episode was totally fine. Because it showed us important, like, history landmarks with how things have gone since the beginning of the infection to where Joel and Ellie are now.
Yeah.
And it was also just a beautiful piece of art.
So, well, there's another moment in this game. You guys might remember it if you played it. It's really boring, but basically Ellie is moping around Joel's house, looking at old memorabilia, and you kind of learn some things about him, or you remember some stuff. You know, like she takes his watch.
Yeah.
Through that, you could do flashbacks.
You could.
And you can have that what you're talking about.
How long into the game is it before Joel dies? Was that like the end of the tutorial?
The tutorial is about 3 hours long.
Okay, so how long into the game is it before you get to Frank in the first one? Because it's a long time. It's a good while. Like
I would say it's the same length.
Okay.
I would say it was.
Because I feel like things are moving a lot faster in the first season versus the second season.
Yeah, the first season, I can't believe we did a whole game like that.
But also, and this second season isn't going to be the end of it.
No.
We know that. So
They're
they're going to drag things out for a third season.
Well, here's the thing. It's no longer just about Joel. The first season's about Joel, right?
Yeah, that's a mistake.
So you're like, oh, it's Joel and Ellie. We hardly ever hang out with Ellie. If we do, it's with him. Joel is our main character. You have now severed the ties with your main character.
Yeah.
You now have to create 2 new main characters. Because
Yes.
that's how this narrative goes. There is Ellie's side, which we will continue to follow. And through Seattle, we'll eventually get to an aquarium where Abby and her friends are holding up, right? And in that... What are you looking at?
Oh, sorry. Your drink had like a weird reflection on it, and I was trying to figure out what I was looking at.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad.
And then, once we get there to that moment, we get to hang out with Abby and learn about her.
Yeah.
And that could be a season itself.
It so sucks, because I know the thing is, it's because it has to follow the plot of the game, but the plot of the game was a bad decision.
Yeah, but they also have messed with it already.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I don't know. I'm not loving the second season, which I
Also,
was so afraid of.
I don't remember the attack on Jackson. I don't remember Tommy having the fight. I've never had to play as Tommy.
Was it just action to fill space?
I think it was. So it felt like the bad guys. Which, again, why are you making Abby and her team look like the bad guys when they're the actual good guys of this world?
She was very justified until she decided to... and I don't even see why she would want to torture him. Like, that teeters you... getting revenge, that's one thing. A million stories are about revenge.
Yep.
Red Dead. Any cowboy movie. Let's be honest.
Like Red Dead.
Yes. Getting revenge is one thing, but like slowing down to like slowly torture them.
Yeah, that's a gangster film.
Now you're not the good guy anymore.
Yeah.
It's not about revenge. You're just a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like Abby. And I don't like what we've done with Ellie so far. Ellie's been very pissy and bitchy. Like, oh man, I have to do my job. I'm mad at Joel. Oh man, I just want to run around and kill monsters. But I don't even want to do that. I just want to do whatever I want. And it's like, I don't like any of these characters right now.
That's the way she behaves. She's still a young adult who hasn't fully developed or matured. And Abby, all the things you're saying, yeah, what her actions show, yeah, but after this, you don't ever see that again.
And her monologue was not good.
No, it wasn't. In fact, thank you, Pedro Pascal, for yelling over her and stopping it, because that was terrible.
Like, not even a good performance, I'm sorry.
So I looked up the actress, and I found something interesting about her. She's from Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
Thought that was weird.
Okay.
But no, she played Cassie Drake, who I believe is Nathan Drake's daughter.
Oh, I do remember the Spy Kids.
What?
In the game. What?
What game?
Nathan Drake. Do you
Uncharted.
Remember? Yes.
Uncharted 4 Thief's End.
In the movie, I called them Spy Kids.
Okay.
Because Tom Holland looks like he's 10.
And she did the voice work and motion capture, and here she is playing Abby, and I'm like, oh, is PlayStation just keeping somebody around because they like them? Mm-hmm. She looks, face-wise, she looks like Abby.
Yes.
She's very close. I've seen a lot of people argue about her being Ellie.
I've seen that too.
But there's a lot of hate towards the casting of Ellie that I am not going to get into.
It's so stupid.
Guys, it's been 3 years. Shut the fuck up and get over it.
Grow up already.
Just seriously.
Jeez Louise.
This is the way it is. This is the way they decided to be. And guess what? That first season, the numbers prove you wrong.
And Ellie's great.
Yeah. I've never had a problem with her performance. Mm-hmm. It's just the lack of the script. Mm-hmm. That's what I've noticed.
And the thing is, I'm totally fine with Bella Ramsey as Ellie.
Yes.
I think they do a fantastic job. They get the emotion really well. Mm-hmm. And also everyone complaining is like, why isn't this child character hot enough? And it's like, you need to be on the list. But with Abby, I wanted to be open-minded because I did see how small and twiggy this actress is.
Yes.
And I'm like, I want to be open-minded. Bella Ramsey doesn't exactly look like Ellie from the game, but...
If I'm correct, Abby from the game is 5'8", and she's a beefcake.
Yes.
I mean, holy shit, she's got shoulders and arms for days.
I really expected the actress to put on some muscle for this role. And
Caitlin did not, she's only 5'2". She's tiny.
She's so tiny.
She's smaller than us.
Every single person she stand next to.
Yeah, because she's actually that tiny.
And like maybe they're trying. It's so weird because when I think of Abby from the game, I do think of this like a strong muscle woman supreme. Yeah. And it's so weird. Maybe they wanted to subvert expectations and be like, get it, Joel is bested by this tiny little girl. And it's like, yeah, sure, but that's not what she looked like. And it's fine if she doesn't look like that. I don't feel like it's her muscle mass mostly. She can be short and small, but I don't think she has the guns to punch a man to death.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially Mr. Fantastic.
He's made of rubber.
And the last thing to talk about, Napoleon Dynamite, which was supposed to be this week's film review because I decided against Mufasa. Mm-hmm. I need a break. I just need a break. Yeah. So, Winter Soldier will be my next one.
Nice. Napoleon was fun, though. That was
Napoleon is a phenomenal film. Mm-hmm. I would have came in giving it a 4 to 5.
I would have gone full 5. I can't think of a single thing wrong with that movie. It's very funny.
The things I find wrong with the movie are what makes the movie so unique. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say perfect. It's the characters. It's insane.
Yes.
How pathetic.
Yes.
Every single one of these characters are. Except for the essays.
Yeah. show up,
Pedro's essays.
who like, and they're so funny and they're so cool too.
They don't say anything. They just look at you.
And it's great.
They drive around in their lowrider.
One of the funniest jokes so early on is Napoleon's jealous of Pedro's bike because he's got a really nice bike.
Yeah.
And he's like, you ever ride it off of some jumps? And so they have this like shitty homemade ramp. And Pedro does like some air, and Napoleon's like, "Can I try?" And then Napoleon totally eats shit.
The ramp. Have you ever looked at how that ramp was built?
I'm amazed Pedro was able to get air off it.
That's probably why they were so happy they used that shot. It's like 2 cinder blocks stacked up in a line, and then a piece of plyboard all the way down just touched the ground. So there's no support in the middle. So once that front tire hits it, it's already bending like a bow in order to have enough power to push off with no support off those cinder blocks. In order to get any air, was lucky enough.
Yes.
Napoleon, the way he comes in it is how it would actually really work.
Yes.
Except for smashing his balls on the center beam of the bike.
They're just so fun. And I like how whenever they're together, Napoleon's the one, like, driving the bike.
Yeah.
Like when Pedro drops off his cake, because he actually got a cake to ask the one girl out.
Yep.
And he, like, drops it off and, like, scurries away and, like, holds onto the back while Napoleon's in the seat for the bike. It's Pedro's bike. Very funny.
Is Summer the blonde girl?
Yes.
So Summer is the little sister of Hilary Duff.
Well, really?
Yeah.
She does a good job.
Yeah, no, I just thought that was a fun fact.
The whole movie is so funny. It's incredible.
It is. Uncle Rico steals the goddamn show.
Great villain.
He's not even a villain. He's just a problem to everyone.
Yes.
And somehow this movie, you have 3 main characters, and they're all related to each other.
Yeah.
It's Napoleon, his brother Kip, and Uncle Rico, who is now forced to babysit them.
Yes.
Because Grandma was out at the sand dunes and got hurt.
Yeah.
And so, this story is just, 2-3 months of them living together in this small town?
Just the weird shenanigans they get up to.
At the end, all 3 characters succeed.
Yeah. Whether they meant to or what, no.
Uncle Rico. Who is just, he's got nothing going for him.
No, that's the thing. That's the saddest thing, because you see him doing all this. He's
Yeah.
running around trying to scrape together some money. You see how much he just misses the old days.
Yep.
And then he gets his ass handed to him. And then he manages, you see him alone again with his cast trying to throw footballs like how he always does. And you feel sorry for him.
Yep.
And then someone stops and hangs out with him for a bit.
It was his old flame.
Yeah. It was just cute.
It's a really adorable movie and very well made.
Yes.
I figured I would just save that one for when I want to do kind of like a running series of good independent films that change your mind.
It is a good one.
You know, it's a slice of life.
It's so, like, universally popular. Vote for Pedro shirts were everywhere. That it's hard to remember it's a small indie production.
Yeah.
But it is.
It had a lightning. It's lightning in a bottle for it to be that successful. And it makes sense because when you watch it and you understand the story, you're like, this is an amazing story.
It's really sweet. The ending's fun. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Some amazing, just like quotable moments everywhere. Like, Napoleon, give me your tots.
Oh, and he's got him in this weird, like, zipper pocket on the side of his thigh so the kid kicks it.
Napoleon's such a character with his moon shoes and his dancing.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was coffee break. Oh, you got anything coming up?
It's Magical Girl May.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of Modica this year.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of Modica stuff happening this year.
Nice.
Yippee! Magical Girl May.
Okay. Winter Soldier, more Wukong. I'm working on Champ. It's taking longer. It's because it's such a different project. And there's actually a lot of history. And I'm like, how much of this do I really want to cover? You know, do I need to tell you about every eyewitness?
I know, right?
I'm thinking about it.
My brother's sister, secondhand.
I saw a log in the lake. I took a picture and it came out funny.
So accurate.
So yeah, that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I hope you had a good Easter weekend. Mm-hmm. It was a weird weekend.
It was.
And the Monday after, that was strange.
Yeah, a lot happened.
Yeah. So I hope everyone's doing good. Get ready for summer. It's coming.
Yeah. Stay hydrated.
Yep.
Stay safe.
Sleep.
Sleep. Sleeping is great.
Yep. And just keep rocking on.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm trying to get to it.